Hello, you lovely, lovely people. Doi working, putting the turfs down in this part of the orchard, getting it established, like it's getting established down here now with the turfs we put in. It just makes it look nice, doesn't it? You know, no one wants to walk through and get all mud and crap all over your feet. So this is getting established. You know, many people have said in my comments before that how can you give advice, which is not really advice that I give, really. It's just experiences of me being here. And they say, well, how can you do it when you don't really travel in the Philippines? No, I don't. Because as far as I'm concerned, one beach is the same as the next. You know, one resort could be a 3-star resort, one could be a 5-star resort. But at the end of the day, it's a beach. And there are many travel vloggers that cover those things. And to be honest with you, many of these vloggers who do cover that kind of thing, they are travelers. So I think that their videos are for people maybe coming here on holidays, short stays. What I think other vloggers do, including myself, I think we try and give a bigger picture of the Philippines, of the people who's already living here or planning on coming to live here. And I think we try and give, perspectives of what we are experiencing. Now, one person's experience in a different part of the Philippines might be totally different to another person's experience who lives in a different, part of the Philippines. That's the way it is. It's like there's a big divide from the north of England to the south of England. So someone who is living in the north of England could give their perspective of living there. But then when someone goes and lives in the south of England, it's nothing what they said, because that's just how it is. But I think it's not a duty for a vlogger to, to try and push opinions on people. But I think it's a kind of a, maybe not a duty, but I think a gesture. It's a gesture of many vloggers putting things on YouTube that might be of use to someone who's coming to live here. Now, relationships, come on people, let's be frank, that's why many of us come to the Philippines. I know many don't, because you're already married and you're coming because you are, you are repatriating your wife back to the Philippines or something like that. But I think relationships anywhere is very, very similar. There's good and bad in every single nationality of the world. There is good and bad. And I think that I've been quite lucky. I've been very lucky, I will be honest, with my wife this time. With my previous partner that I had, which I didn't stay with very long, I was very unlucky. So, and that's happened to me in England as well. But I think what we should be, or what people who are planning on coming here, I do think it's nice for them to get a bit of insight of the place. Now, I was watching a video by Calvin, Sunshine Shoulders. I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday. And he made a great point. He really did, and it resonated with me. I'm on a 13A, so I'm a PR, like a permanent resident. But he said, and it just stuck with me. He said, people should not make permanent plans in the Philippines if you are on a tourist visa. Now, I've never thought about that before. Because, as he said, being on a tourist visa, you haven't got many rights. Now, when you put in the rights of a tourist visa, which I did it because I thought, I'm going to check this out. Now, I typed in the rights of a tourist visa or the rights of a permanent resident visa, and it is totally different. Totally different. We have more rights. Now, whether we get more protection or not is two different things, because I think it's down to the police or the barangay where you are if they are going to check up on you. Like, the police come here quite regular, people, really, and they do check up on us. And it's not just me. I mean, if it was just me, I would be a little bit concerned, but it's not. It's all the foreigners in this particular area. When they check, they just check everybody. Now, in different parts of the Philippines, and people have been here for years, foreigners and expats, they've never seen a policeman visit their house. But just because they haven't seen a policeman visit their house, it doesn't mean to say it doesn't happen, because it does, plain and simple. I've got a call coming. I think I've got it off my son. But I think it's a good gesture, when us vloggers do give insights. Now, like I said, the insights that I try and give is for people who are already living here, or people who perhaps are coming to live here. Now, every country has its problem. Every country's got problems. But I big up the Philippines to myself, because I've never had something where I would think, whoa, wouldn't go there. I'm getting out of here. But that's just my perspective. So when other vloggers say, been there, done that, don't want to go back, that's their perspective. And of course, we don't know why they're saying that. Is it because they've had a bad relationship? Is it because they've been scammed or something like that? Or is it plainly because they haven't got that personality to be able to live here? I've got a personality where I can live anywhere, I think. Really, I think I have. And I think it's stood me in good stead all of my life, because no matter where I've been to, and I haven't moved around a lot in my life, people, I haven't, I don't like it, I don't like change that much, like, moving from house to house to house, I just don't like it. So for me, being here is, it's like a breath of fresh air. Yeah, I get frustrated at things, nobody's perfect, and nothing is perfect. But I think as long as you're willing to bend a little bit, it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter. And this, where I live, could be someone's nightmare. But where I live, this to me is my dream, if you like. And I do continue dreaming. It's not that I'm here thinking, it's difficult, Steve, it's a hard life for me. I don't think that. Of course, we all have emotions and we all go up and down, don't we? So sometimes we think, oh, or that, but that's a natural thing. But on the whole, for all of its problems, I do enjoy living in the Philippines. I do. I've stated many times I've never been to any other Southeast Asian country, and I've got no intentions of going. I'm not a traveller, people. I'm at the age where I've done my travelling in my younger years, and I have, I've been on many long haul flights to different countries. I've done it all. I've been to beaches, and yes, they are nice to visit and nice to come off. But for someone who's coming to live in the Philippines, you're going to go to the beaches anyway, so you're going to see what they like. Yes, it's nice when someone says, oh, this is nice, this particular beach in Palawan or Bohol or wherever you are, but you're going to experience that yourself anyway, because you will come here for a holiday and you'll go to beaches. You aren't going to come and just stay in a city and not go out anywhere, I don't think, anyway. You're going to want to go to a beach, because apparently the Philippines has the beautifulest beaches in the world. That's what I've seen anyway, on some travel vlogs and things like that from these people who've been all over the world at different places. But that's not giving you information, is it, really? Or it's not giving you an insight to the place, because like I said, you come and eat, you will see that for yourself anywhere. Now, being here it can be challenging. It can be very, very challenging in every aspect of the word. The heat. I think a lot of people, when they come to the Philippines, they don't take into account not just the heat, but the high humidity. For me, It's not the heat that wears me down, it's the humidity that gets to me sometimes. I can stay in the sun. I can work in the sun like I do in this orchard. I work in the sun, but when it's high humidity and you start sweating, you can't stop sweating. And it does drain you. And of course, all the time you're sweating, you're losing your calories. And I don't drink a lot of water. I should do. I drink juice. This what is it, Tang or 24/7? I know it's not good, people. It's full of sugars and all that. But I don't drink many soda drinks. I've cut that out a while ago. I still have the odd occasional one. And alcohol is full of sugar as well. So I'm probably putting more sugar in my body than what I should be doing. But on the whole, people who come here, you can take notice of vloggers like me and like others, but at the end of the day, you've got to make your own minds up. But at least you have an insight, because when I came here, I didn't see any YouTube channels. I didn't know anything about the Philippines. I just knew where it was, and I knew it was colonized years ago, and I knew little bits, but I didn't know about living there. I was under the impression that it was just total paradise. I didn't know about the brownouts. I didn't know, about being difficult to get some things. I just thought that it was just like anywhere else. When you go abroad, you can go and get an English breakfast. I thought that, and I realised you couldn't go, because there is no, where I am, you could make an English breakfast, but there is nothing here like, and why would there be? There is no English cafeterias here where you can go and get, But now I've started cooking for myself, and I'm cooking more of the things that I like, so that's solved. It's only took me 9 years, but it's solved. So people, don't let any video put you off. Come and make your own mind up. Come and make your own mind up. And like I said, a lot of you will be here for your woman, or you're coming to actually find a woman, or you've been talking to a woman online for a while and you're coming to meet her. Just don't make a hasty decision, because for the first 6 months you're probably going to like it. Or for the first 3 months, it probably won't grind you down. But after a while, and if you're in a province like I am, you can't get as much as you can if you're in a city like Dipolog. I can go to Dipolog, I can get most of the bits I want. Most, not all, but if you're in Cebu, I'll probably get all the bits that I want, or closer to where there's many foreigners, where the shops are catering for them. But you're going to pay a premium as well. Where you get a lot of foreigners, you pay more money, and that's not the reason why I'm here. I'm here because I like living here, and my wife likes this kind of life. She likes the province life. She likes working on the land. She is a country girl, and I'm a country boy at heart. I was born in the countryside. I lived in the countryside, born and bred in a valley. And I know that this is not for everybody, but come and see for yourself. Come and see for yourself, but don't give up everything in your home country. Don't let your head or your heart rule your head. Don't let your heart rule your head. I think that's a good expression. And again, as Calvin said in his video yesterday, don't come here and make permanent plans on your tourist visa. They can change a tourist visa at any time. A permanent or a 13A, I think they could change it, but I don't know how they could change it, because you're here because of your wife, and your wife is Filipina. And here there is a family code. I don't know if you know about this, but there is a family code where if you have children in the Philippines and you're married, there is all the support for you. In other words, they would not want to split you up. Foreigners included in that. And but when you come here on a tourist visa and you're letting your heart rule your head, like I did, and you come and build a house and you spend all that money, and all of a sudden it goes Pete Tong within the first year. For me anyway, it did within the first 6 months. But I didn't build a house, it was already there. We just bought it on a subdivision. And I was one of those people there where I was making permanent decisions on a tourist visa. Now, I'm not saying it's a terrible thing to do, but just think about doing it before you do it. If you're with your Filipina and you love your Filipina and you love the Philippines, like I've said, you've got to love where you are. It's not just being in a country for your wife. You know, if you don't like the country, you're going to be bloody miserable, aren't you? Because you're going to let things grind you down all the time. So you've got to love you've got to at least like living where you're living. And if that's the case, and there's nothing stopping you, and you both love each other, then get married. You'll get a 13A, or one better than that, if you want to. If you aren't with a woman, get your retirement visa. Veterans have a good deal. Non-veterans, it's more expensive. But if you want to live somewhere permanently, and you are here permanently, then I think it's good if you get that visa that does allow you permanent residency. Like my neighbour who's Australian, you know, he has to renew his visa every 2 months, and he's been coming here for 40 years. He has to renew it every month, and to him it's hassle. And then he has to leave every 3 years, but he leaves I think he leaves every 6 months or 8 months, because he has to go back to Australia and renew his medication and stuff. But at least when you're a permanent resident or you're on the retirement visa, you're here forever, all the time you're married. Although, you know, when you're married with children, if my wife was to, and she won't die before me, I know that, but if she ever did, I can convert to a widow's visa. Very simple. And I'm allowed to continue my stay in the Philippines until I die without having to leave or without having to renew. The only thing you have to renew is your ACR card every 5 years, which is the permanent resident card. And you have to but you have to do an annual report. And I think it's from the 1st of January till, is it the end of March or the 1st of March? I don't know. I think it might be the 1st of March. But you do that online. And it's painless, people. It's painless. What isn't painless is when you have to bloody go and do all your visas and things like that. I know it can be easy, but some of you might not live anywhere near like a satellite office, so you've got to travel towards it. You've got to think about all these things. And if you love your Filipino and you love the Philippines, get married. You know, get married and get that permanent, you know, residence. It's security, people. It's security, because it does offer you a lot more. And you aren't just looked at by the country as a hidey-high, you know, a hidey-high holiday maker, regardless of how long you've been coming here. Like, you know, my neighbour has been coming here for 40 years on a tourist visa. He wanted the 13A, but he can't because his wife was married before. His wife, his partner here, she was married before. So he finds it difficult to actually go through the whole process of getting the annulment. And he's married as well. He's married as well in his own country, and he's not divorced. And he said he won't get a divorce because it'll cost him too much money with all the... Like my brother. My brother's very materialistic as well. My brother's so materialistic. He doesn't like being married to his wife, but he doesn't want a divorce or split up because he doesn't want to lose everything. For me, if I didn't like being where I was at, I wouldn't care what I was losing. I would walk away from it. That's just me. That's just the way that I am. And that being said, I'm going to go. Doi's working hard. He's always working hard, this man. Always works hard. He's only a small lad. He's 60 years old. But can he work? Can he work? And now he's getting the turfs to put in here, just to get that established. And the holes will be dug. We've put a few trees in here, but the holes will be dug probably next week, so there'll be more trees going in here. But anyway, that being said, people, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and like, share, subscribe, all them things, and I'll see you next time. Whatever you do, try and do it well, and have a bloody damn good weekend. Bye bye, people.